Hi. I felt today to talk about surrender because this is a word that's thrown around a lot in the spiritual community, and it's been a real effective tool for me in my life. And then recently, I discovered, because I always had this kind of need to want to merge the field of neuro-linguistic programming, which is my background, with my spiritual interests, especially the yogi and the Vedic historical ancient wisdom. And I wanted to find a way to bring the concepts together. And my mind is always trying to integrate all of this knowledge that I'm thirsty for. And so I realized that my ritual of surrendering in my meditation practice, where I actually, well, basically when I meditate, I begin with deep breathing, because when we breathe, we're telling our whole biological system that it's safe. So we move out of that fight, flight, freeze part, and we move into a more conscious part of our mind. And we're more calm. And so that's why we always start off a meditation with breathing. So breathing, I'm sure you're probably aware that this is a major, major subject, and there's much to do with breath work and its effects on the body and the mind. All of our bodies, the emotional body, the physical body, the spiritual body, and the mental body. So breathing is, if you haven't got a daily practice in your life where you intentionally breathe, then I would encourage you to do that, because even one deep breath can radically change your state of mind instantly. So, stepping aside from that, in my meditation, once I've done my breathing and I've got into a more centered, calm, conscious position, I then surrender. And so, what that means for me is I will imagine my entire life, every aspect that I can think of that makes up my wheel of life, my relationships, my health, my job, my finances, my spiritual rituals, my the physical body and health, my fun and play, all of these different aspects that make up life. I imagine all of those as giving them up, as letting them go, as surrendering any ideas that may have formed around what they're meant to mean and how they're meant to be and how those areas of my life are supposed to be. So these, basically what I'm doing, what I realized is I'm releasing the programming. So in NLP, we call it programming. So our habits, our neural pathways form habits that we basically become an autopilot to these subconscious habits. And so when we surrender, we're releasing all of the attachments to these subconscious programming that we have. And we are kind of allowing that to change into what it needs to, in that total trust in our source connection and the power that we know what happens when we move from our head down to our hearts into gratitude, appreciation, love, and compassion. We access that universal connection to source, to God, where we can access intuition, wisdom, intelligence, guidance. And so in order to do that, we need to let go of all of the mind, the programming, the neural pathways, the perception of the world and what we think it is and what we think it should be. And when we do that, what it does is it releases you from the grip of your mind and allows you to travel down into that oneness, that unified place, away from the polarity that the brain creates. And so if you haven't already got a regular meditation practice, I would start with that, even just breathing. You might like to start with 8 infinity breaths, which is breathing deeply in through the nose if you can, and then out through the mouth. This is long, deep, intentional breaths. and just only consciously focusing on the breath. You may want to just sense the feeling of the air going in the nose and then out the mouth. But that will enable you to begin to focus your conscious attention rather than have it scattered, and our mind tends to do that. It has a running commentary that splits everywhere. We're able to focus it, and it's like a muscle. If you begin to focus your attention in on one thing and practice, you build that muscle. So I would encourage you to start with breathing. You will change your physical health as well. So it has many, many side effects and positive effects in your life. And then surrender, release in that moment, just release everything you understand is real. And that allows you to let go of any kind of control mechanisms or attachments to how you think things should be. And that actually opens the space to unlimited possibilities for you, and heavenly solutions and miracles. And this is where all of these live, when you let go and when you allow something to come into your life that you didn't think. So I would encourage you to try that, and let me know how you go, because this has changed my life, and this is a fundamental part of my spiritual practice every day. And then there's many steps after that, but just those two things: breathing, surrender, or release, and your life will be different. Well, I hope I've been of help to you today. Please like and subscribe if you feel that you resonate with some of my messages, and I will see you soon. Have a great day.